You have to stay in your place to get hurt again, bro. That's what that's There's always somebody think that don't work.
Sorry. Also, I have another question.
Yeah.
Let's say I decide to buy something. Can it be card or cash?
In this particular auction, yeah, you can pay with a credit card. It's Visa, MasterCard only. No American Express, no Discover. So this is one of the few OPGs that will use a credit card, everywhere else it's cash only. So, and also, the closer you get to the end of the auction, the less likely it is the card's going to be released tonight. And then they'll give you at 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. in order to put the car with no penalty. So what happens is it all depends on where the car is at. If the guys can get out with the forklift, or you'll have to. So
Do you have to have a driver's license to get?
nope. As long as you're the registered owner, yeah. As long as you register with government issued ID, passport, whatever the deal is, not the police. At the state in the state of California, you can register a vehicle and you don't have to have a driver's license. So this is the only thing. No.
What about community?
Yeah.
I'm working on the driver's license act when I'm looking for something to be honestly. But yeah, I want to get a car. So I can pay the car, I can pay the registration, but do I have to have insurance?
100%. In order to take it off the lot, no, you don't need insurance. But in order for you to drive it around, that's a violation.
And for insurance, I have to have a driver's license.
Not necessarily. They'll take your money. Yeah, they'll insure the vehicle, without a doubt. Yeah. Adriana's and the whole deal. Yeah, you take the car in there and you get insurance on the car. Yeah. Adriana's insurance, that whole deal. Yeah.
Is it expensive?
No, it's pretty cheap. It doesn't really. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I'm gonna get my driver's license next month. Like in 3 weeks, that's it. I'm waiting for it.
Well, my recommendation is always just take a look. This is just one auction of probably about 19 that go on in the city of LA. So take a look, see what it looks like, and then go from there. And then
I'm not late, right?
so we got some other options.
What's up, 747?
You see a good car.
363,
That's the difference.
4634.
Where can I find like which option? From the city of LA. Where other options should be more different because it's
Yeah, you can go to opgla.com. So Hollywood, I like Hollywood. Yeah. No, it's 20 cars. So you got US Tow.
You don't see? Oh, right. Oh, okay. What about the digital? Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
like their value like for where can I find those type of cars? Like is there an area specific, for example, or they just
Okay, so 726 sorry, I've got some technical issues, so no problem. Thank you. Yes. No. Yeah.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome here to Keystone Point, our weekly Thursday evening auction. My name is Ron. If you have any issues with the sale, let us know. We'll do what we can to get you back on track. Just keep in mind, everything that's sold on lien sale paperwork, and it says in its condition, exactly the way it came in the yard. Okay? There are no guarantees, warranties of any kind, neither expressed nor implied, as to the make, the model, the year, the color, or anything else. So what you see is what you get. All right? So payment goes, we will take, last year in the front row. We get you to keep that label. Okay. As far as payment goes, guys, we, as soon as it says hold on the vehicle, we need you to stand up out of your chair, come up to the window when you register. You will pay for that vehicle in full with, either cash, MasterCard, Visa, or debit cards, okay? As long as it's coordinated with the bidder. All right, you have until, about 1 hour after tonight to get your car out. If you can get it out tonight, no problem. We'll release cars, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon tomorrow, 8 to 12 noon tomorrow, okay? If you didn't get past 12 noon tomorrow, you will be assessed. Please, your best to keep the cars out of the yard. Thank you very much. Okay, no 10-day holds tonight, guys, all right? So I have about 6 of them, so. We look forward to that. Those are usually the better treatment type vehicles. All right. Okay, anybody have any questions? Very good. Hey, hold on a second. Hey, we gotta get our computer straightened out here. We're having an issue here. Hey, I took that call. Up your phone officer. I think it's a scroll officer. That's right. There you go. Okay. We're getting set up here, guys. We're trying to get the computer straightened out here. As you can all tell, we do use the computer watch the online people bid. Okay? All right. Hey, one more thing, I'll remind you, starting right now, next month is Thanksgiving. On the third week, dinner, this, right before the auction. Remember Thanksgiving, the auction, right here, same place that we, and then we're going to start on Wednesday, okay? It's a holiday, and we over here, we'll be closed, you gotta put it back. No, you're good. All right. We still need some more, okay? To, guys, we don't wanna. Thank you. Just the absolute side. We're getting there, we're getting there. See what the computer's about, fun. Hey, no yawning, don't forget, wake up. I have to be awake, we have to be awake. Hey, we'll talk to you on the phone.
George,
Yeah.
come on in.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, wait, let's, well, we're gonna have to.
Okay. Bullpen did pretty good tonight for the Dodgers.
We're game to go.
Yeah. One more, we're back in the World Series.
I think they can beat, Marlins,
Beat who?
the Mariners.
I think so. I'm hoping. My money is on the big Dodgers, you know. And I don't like to lose money.
All right, so you see that, secretaries?
All right, first one up, guys. We have a 2012. Whoops. Chevy Cruze here. George's getting his exercise jumping up and down here. Get this all straightened out. Once he gets it straightened out, we'll be good to go. Anybody like red? There you go. Aaron's lost.
All right, let's do the deal. All right, so. Where is my other one?
Hey, no sniveling, no crying, okay?
All right, so whenever you are.
Little ones can't help it.
Go for it.
Okay, I guess we're good to go, guys. So let's get the show on the road. Here we go. Number one, here we have a nice 2012 Chevy Cruze, guys. 80 bucks in the key chart here now. Good title. It does run. It does run. It runs and runs. It's 4 automatic, straight to around 1,000 wear. I got 5. Who could $500? I'm gonna go 500 here, 500 here, 6. How about 600 here? We're gonna go 600 down here. Way in the back on the 7, 7 here. 6.5 on the 7, no half. I got a half in my weight, and a half, and 9, and a half, and 1,000, and a half. Got a 1,000 right here, 1,050 right here, and 1,150, and 1,200 down here, that's over another 12 here, first 12 and a half and 13. How about 13, 12 and a half, 13, you both off. I'll get you a 12 and a half, 13, 75, let it go 75, here's sold the card. Front row, for 12, 50, 12, 50, young lady, what's your number here? Let me see it, 159, okay, all right, can you come to the window for me, please? Thank you, here's number 2. Here comes a 96 on the court, guys. All right, forward on, the magic figure on, salvage title here now, hey, gonna get about 800. How about taking a look? She said, two gonna have on my 300, and the $300 here. How about you said, take my 3, and not over now? How about I'm taking about 50, 75, 75, and a 4, and now a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, 450, I'm 4 here, a half, 75, not 500. How about 5 here, $500, now a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, 550. And a 50, 50, 550 now, 75, and say $600. But 6, you're gonna do 6 here, $600, 600 and a quarter, quarter here, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half. But 650, 6 and a quarter on side, 6 and a half on line, now 675, and 7. But 17, you're gonna go 700 on the Honda car, get 7. But 7, you're gonna go 7, you're gonna go 7, 7 now, quarter and a quarter here, 7 and a quarter, 7 here, 7 and a quarter. But 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter here, we sold a 10. 700 online for 700, number 3. Here comes at 116, he's a first car. Right, quarter on automatic, figure around, hey, you're giving me $1,000 where? About $1,000 to go, we'll get $500, want to go fine? How much on that, well, we can't see it, hang on a second, there it is. I said 4.5 times, here is 5.5. I got a quarter now, 75, 75, 75, 6, now a quarter. About quarter, 6 and a quarter, 600, 6 and a quarter, half, 75, 7 and a quarter, and a half, and 75, and 800 here, now 8 here, in that corner, I got 8 in that quarter, now a half, got a half, 75, now about 75, you have on site, 875, 875, 875, now 900, but 9 here, 9 here, a quarter, half, but half to guess all, 9 and a quarter, now a half. But 950, 50, we sold a train for 925, online, 925, number 4. Here comes number 6. There's a Nissan Honda car, right? Former Honda man, straight to the line, salvage title, they gonna give 800. How about $800? 400 square, you gotta go 4, you said 3, 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, and a quarter, there, and half over here, and 75. But 75, we 400, a 4, and a 4, need a quarter, half. Half, 4.5, you know, 75. But 75, $500, you gotta go 5. I do, 4, 75, 500. About $500, 500, you gotta go 500, and 9. Soda tank, 475, number 8, 475, number 8 here's number 5. Here comes the 06, and it's a home car. All right, 4 million friends, sugar running, they're gonna give me about $1,000. About 1,000 to go, 5 to go, hit it that, keep going. About $500. You said 3 and a quarter, half, 75, over and a quarter and a half, and a half, 75, you go 75, 4 and a half, 75. About 5 here, $500. Money see online, 475. About 5, I'm gonna go 5 soda tank, 475, number 6 is, I'm under, right? Here's number 6, all right. Here's a little 9 mini Cooper, that's small, too, man, looks like a pretty nice little car. Hey, you don't have automatic trailer, right, a good title that does wrong, who put a $1,000? How about $1,000 to go where? How about $500 on you? 5, 6, I got 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 11, 11 here, 12. How about 12 down here, 11 back on the 12. How about 12, you're gonna go half, now 12, now half, 13, 13 and a half, 14. 14, you're gonna go 14, how about 75, 13, 75, 14, now a quarter, half, 75, 15, 15, now a half, 15 and a half, 16, 16 and a half, 17, online, 16 and a half, 17, 17 and a half, 18, there's a roll off, 18, 18 to Richard, 18 and a half, 19. How about 19? How about 19 and a half? 18 and a half here, now 2 grand. How about 2? We're gonna get 2 grand, we're gonna get 2, somebody give me 2 grand, now half, now 1, now half, and a half. They want to go, I'm gonna have online, 22, 2 and a half, now 3, 23, 22 and a half right there, 3 here and a half, now 4. How about 4? At least 23 and a half. 24, now a half, and a half, 24 is on, 6, 24 and a half on 9, now a 5, 25, money 24 and a half, 5, and now a half, 25 and a half, and now 6, 26, he gets a total, 26, 26, it is, 26, that is. Sir, can I get your turn to light up? It's kind of glaring in my eyes. Thank you, sir. 26 and he's 26. 26 and a half. I have 26 here, got a half on line. 27, 27, 27, 27, and I'm setting on line. 26.50, 26.50, and line right here is number 7. Here comes number 7, L200. All right, quarter another minute, straight to the 100, hey, Google about 800. How about they get about, she said, 2, 2, quarter, 2 and a half. How about 2 and a half, 75, 3, and a quarter, now half, 75, and 4. How about 4 here, quarter, now quarter. And a quarter, half, right, 2, now 75, here goes 75. Quarter, 75 on line first, now 5. 5 right here, now a quarter. 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half, 15, you're gonna go 50, 50, 550, 5 and a quarters here. How about 550, 50, and silver kind of, that's only 5, and the 6 is higher. All right, guys, here's number 8, here comes number 5, right here is 800. Quarter out of minutes, straight to the line, take it, what do you say here? I get to give it 800. How about taking a buck? She said 3, I'll take it, not quarter. How about we get a quarter here, you need a half, 1 and a half, 5 and a half, and 6. How about 6, 6 and a half here, 7, 700? No, 75, he says, no 7. How about 7, we're gonna go 7, 7, 675, 7. How about 7, we're gonna go 7, we're gonna go $700, and I have solar time, 675, number 8, the winner, right here, number 9, the car, or the lead model. Here they're gonna be in up with your guys, 535 model. They decide the title, 4-door, automatic, straight to the right, give me about 900. How about 900 bucks, 300 bucks, 3 and a quarter, I get 3 and a quarter, what do you say? I get 5 and a quarter, now hand here, 50, 55, 55, I have 75. That's 75, we're gonna go 575, money's 5 and a half. 575, 575, silver tank. 550, number 6 is on here, here's number 10. Hey, number 10 is 2015 on the Ford guys. All right, quarter on the minute, straight to the ground, here's how the title, what do you say? I somebody up here, about 1,500. I got 15, 15, 115? How about 15, 1,011? How about 11, are you gonna give me 1,100? How much is my due? 11, not wrong here, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. How about 17, 18, 18, yes, you go down, 18, give me half, 17 and a half, only 17, I got 18.
18 and a half.
And a half, 19 and a half, and a half. On side at 19, 19 and a half. Number 1950 right here, 2 grand, no half. How about a half? He's in at 2 grand over here. How about 2050 right here? How long, 100, no, give me half, 1 and a half. How about 1 and a half? What do you say? Down to 2, 22, I gotta get 2 and a half. And a half, back on site, 22. 22, 150, 15, gonna go 50, now 33, 23, minus 22 and a half. How about 23, get it down to 3, and the 3, and the 3, and we sold the 10. For 22, 15, all right, here we go, number 11, here comes number 2, so we got 100. All right, this one runs guys, 4 drawing, other minutes, straight in the ride, good title, what do you say? Hey, go for $1,000. You want 1,000? Well, it's number 11, behind it. Give me 5, how about 5 and a quarter? 5, 5 and a half, it's number 11, 5 and a half, 6 and a half. How about 6 and a half, 6 and a half, and 7 and a half, and 8, you did an 8? 8, what, are you guys talking about which other gonna bid? 8, 8 and a half, 9 and a half, and 1,000, and 1,000, I got 1,000 there, now a half, I got a half, now 11, give me 11, now 11, 50, and now 12. How about 12, 11 and a half here in the front, you 12. How about 1200, 1200, 12, now half, I got 12 in the blue shirt, 12 and a half. How about 12 and a half, well, 15, 13. How about 13, you both up there, 13, money's here, 12 and a half. How about 13, 13, silver tire, front row, 12, 50, 12, 50, man, what's your number there? 1, something like 157, you got it, 157, the buyer, so go to the window, here's number 12, here comes another one on the policy. All right, guys, let's start to the left side there, salvage title, order automatic, give me about how much? You're gonna get 800, he said two, give it a quarter. Three and a quarter. We're gonna call him a quarter, we're gonna call him a 15, we're gonna go 50, 53, 50. We're gonna bet 50, we're gonna bet 50, 50, 50, no, so the time, 3, 4, 5, number 6 is another, right, here's number 13, here comes an 08 sign, PC model. All right, so go out of that, straight to the right again, take it to get $800 coin. How about 400 coin, you're gonna get 4, you're gonna get 400, three, bring it a quarter. I got 3, you're gonna get a quarter, now I'm gonna 75, you're gonna go 75, 75, here, 4, not quarter. And that quarter, here, need a hand now, 75, no, pound, not quarter. Not quarter, no, hand, 50, here, 75, you're gonna go 75, 600, P6, not quarter. A quarter, now half, 600, 650, and now 675. And 700, now 700. How about 700? Money is here at 7. How about 700 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter down here, a quarter, now half here, 75. And each 800, now here, 800, now, yes or no? That's a no?
Wait, you have 775?
So that's 775. 775. And his buyer number is 8, number 8, okay? Now, I'm sure the computer here. So we have number 14 next, guys, number 4. Take a food store. All right, $400 minute, we have a little booty here. Yeah, that's what I say. How about $500 later? He said to you, give it a quarter. How much give it a quarter, give it a quarter, give it a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, we saw the tank, $200, number 6 is, whatever, right? We were given number 15, car, 2015, Kia, Optima car, right? $400 minute, what do you say here now? Are you gonna give me 9? How about $90? 3's bid, 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter, and a half? 2 and a quarter. I got 50, 75, 75, 75, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half, 75. 600 plus 7, 7 and a quarter. Over here, 15, about 50, 75, 775, 75, 75. About 75, 800, 1 and a quarter, on side of 8. I'm gonna make 25, I'm gonna make 25, 25, 25, here, right here, a half, now 75. About 75. Hey, 75, wake up. How about 75, 75, 75, here we buy. I know, the online people here, this message is 9, not quarter. I got 9, 9 and a quarter. I got 9 and a quarter, hey, wake up, 80, 9 and a quarter, another half, 75. How about 75? Another half here, and 75. Oh, baby, tonight, guys, let's go. How about 975? Sold him on site. At $915 from number 8, number 16, number 70, and that's salvage title. How about 3 and a quarter, 3 here, you need a quarter, now higher, 350. And then I got 5 and a half now, 6 here, 600, 5 and a half, 6 now, 5 and a half here, he said that's 6 and a half, 3 quarters. How about 6 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, quarter, down here, and we have sold the tank. 600 number, and we're gonna put on number 8 years. And 6 I can take with. Right, for the amended variance, so we title, are you gonna get 900? And 5, quarter, and half, and then 75, 600, how about 6? How about 6 and another, 600, 600, 600, and I sort of thing, 575, online. Here we go, number 18, 2004. Right, that's what we need, guys, right? We know how to manage it, right, 300. How about we said 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter and a half, 75, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half. I got a hand there, 15 and 75, and a 5, and a quarter, and a half. I got a 75, and 600. I got 6, yes, 6, and a quarter online, now, no 75, and 7. How about 7 and a quarter? How about 7 quarter? And 75, and 8. Eight, 800, no, and now read, money 775, eight's here, need a quarter, now half, eight and a half, 850, eight, 150, 820, 850, 850, now here, and I sold our tank. 825, that's our number eight, right? Here's number 19, here comes the number 30. Quarter, 190, what do you say on this one, guys? Honey, you got 375, four and a quarter. How about four and a quarter? He's in the four and a quarter, all half, 75. Ready, 75, no five? How about 500, 500, and a quarter, 500, about a half, 550, and 50, 50, no, 75, $600 six. And now 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half, 650, 50, you're gonna go 50, what do you say? How about 650, no, 50, no, 50, no, 50, here, and I. So that's it. For 625, 625. What was the number? 93. You got it. Thank you very much. Very nice. He's going to come up. Here's number 20. Call you your photo card. Hey, what do you do here? Hey, you get 800. There's about 405. That's even better. 5.5, 6 now high. Up at 6.5. Right here, no 7. Up at 7. 106.5, 775. Now 7. Now quarter. I have 7 here. Need a quarter. Round side here is 7. 7 and a quarter high, 75. 75, 800. Now read a quarter, 845. And now 75, 875, 875, 9, a quarter. And a quarter, he's in that 9. How about 9 and a quarter, and a quarter right here, a half, 75. How about 75? I'm saying, 1.5, 75. You're not, you got 75?
I got 75.
And a 1,000, a quarter, and a half. And a half, this is not half, 75. Now 11. How about 11? Come on, guys, let's go. How about 11 and a quarter right here, a quarter, behind here, 50, 11, 50. Now 75, a little soft. 11, 75, and a quarter, now half. How about 12 and a half? You guys are all sleeping, man. Wake up. How about 12.50? You gotta go 50, 50, now 75. 12 and a half outside. 12, 75, whatever, 75. 12, 75, 75. Silver time. 12, 50, for number 8, the buyer. 8. Wake up. Here's number 21. Hey, you didn't call that on 3 to the quarter. I don't know how to manage anybody 100. I'm going to go to the quarter. I have to the call, what do you say now? I'm here 50, 250, 50, 250, you're out. 3, you're going to call 4, that's even better, 4 and a quarter. I have to need a quarter. How about 4 and a quarter, here, 4 and a quarter, and a quarter here, we sell a quarter, half. How about half, 4 and a quarter, 450. How about 50, 50, 450, 450, and my silver thing, 25, number 6, Maya, here it is, number 22, a week. Hey, it's not bad. On the manager, hey, also good title too. Hey, did you get about even great? How about it? That's looking car. How about time? How about time? About two said 3, you take it a quarter, take it a half. I got 315. How about 350, 15? You got all the goodies here. 3 and a half, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 75. I got a half over here. 75, back in the 4, no 4, no quarter, a quarter and a half on line. Now 75, you move up. 475, 475, now 5, now 5, now quarter, on line 5. How about 5 and a quarter, and a quarter here, 5 and a quarter, what do you say? Quarter half. How about 5 and a half? Come on, guys, we'll get the whole meetings, let's go. How about 550, 50, 550, and the silver tank, 5 and a quarter, on line, right here, right here. 23 snacks, here's a whole. Okay, hey, you guys, right? 4 to charge. We'll be at okay? Hey, here we go, what do you do? You got a pretty two ten.
How about 6?
I got 6, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half, 75, 75, 7. I'm at 7, 6, 75 here, I need 7. I got 7 and a quarter. How about quarter here, 7 and a quarter, 1 and a quarter, half, 75 and 8 and a quarter, half, 75 and 9 and a quarter and a half, 75. How about 975, 1 and a half of a blue shirt, 975, back 1,000 and a quarter. And now a half, no 75, 11, and now a half. 11 and a half, or 12, now a half, 12 and a half. And 13, we're going to go 13, 13 and a half. I got a half, we're going to 14, we're going to get 14. How about 14, 14? 14, no, huh? 14, I get 14 in that row. 14 out of 50 here, a quarter one time, a quarter and a quarter here, then I'm going to, so I go back row this way. 1400, number 64. And he's gonna come on up, okay? And here's number 4. The children, how do you do this? How about they got what? How about they got what? 4, 4.5, not 5. I got 5, now I have about number 6, and 9 over here, 6.5, number 7, 7. I got 7, no, 7.5. And under here now, 50, no, 9. How about 875, no, 9, not 40, no, 75, now 1,000, and 1,000, not 40, and a half, and 75. About 75 times 75 there. Now 4 and a half. That's 75 and 12 and a half. 13. 13 and a half. 14. 14 and a half. Well, now 15 and a half. 15 and a half. I have 15 back there. How about 1550, 1550, 50 down here, and I'm going to sell it back for 1500. Number 43. 43 7 out of 84. The roads guys out there, they come, $4 a minute, $4 800. How about they have what? How about $400? 4, 4.5. I got 450 here, the 450, 4.5. I got a half, now 75. How about 75? $500, not 40, not 40. Hey, it's really, guys, 5.25. How about 1.25? I got this one, I got a hand here, 75, they go 75, let's see. How about 600, not 40, 625, 600. How about 6.25, not 40 here, need a quarter, no half, where 650. How about 50, 75, they go 75, 675, 6.5 here. How about 675, not 700, not 40. How about 7.25, 97, need a quarter. How about 7.25, more than 750, 75, 75, okay. 75, eat, not 40. How about 40, 25, now here's the one. 825. 825 and a half. We have got the fifth. And that's 75. I got 75, 9. I have been not 40. And not 40. Not bad. You guys should just stick your mouse as fast as you possibly can. How about 9.5? 975. 975. 1,000. 1,000, not 40. See? Just like our babies. How about 40? How about 10 and 40 and 75? How about 75? 1,100, not 40. And not 40. You guys should just flex your mouse so get this over with. 11.5, 75, 11.75, 11.75, then we got 12, and a quarter, and a quarter here, 12 and a quarter, he's 12. But 12 and a quarter, and a quarter here, then you have a hand where? But 12 out of 15, gotta go 15, no, 75, here, gotta go 75, oh, 75. But 75, 13, we have to put this count on about 3 seconds. And stop this nonsense. So, at 12.75 online, cost sports thing to do. Right, number 26, it's a 14, 50 miles. Hey, I'm sorry, thanks, sir. On the bench, 1,500. I got 15, 5.5, 6 and a half, and 7 and a half, and 8 and a half, and 1,000, 11, 12, 2 grand, 21, 21, 22, 23. 23, 22, 22, 23. How about a half? I got 22 here, 2,200, the 15, the 15, the 15, the 50, so the 10. For 2,200, $2,200. Yes, sir, 110, 110, 27, oh, $5, that's okay, say it runs two, 100 minutes to do right here, somebody give me time to time. I'm a 5 here, 6 here, 700 here, going up and down, 80 and a half, 1,000 and a half. The hands right here, no that. I'm 11 here, 100 here, 50 and a 500 down here, get 12. How about 400? He should live a half here, and he calls 75, not 12, not quarter. How about 40 and a quarter here, follows money. How about 12 and a quarter and a quarter and a quarter here, and I sold it then. $1,200, number 8. $1,200, number 8 is 5. 28 card, oh, 5. That's the way it is. Four hundred minutes, to the line, they get to get about 700. How about 700 comes with free cake and everything, isn't it? I get three and a quarter, half 74, and a half, five and a half, and six and a half. How about 650, no seven, steps going up. How about 75, no seven. How about 7 and a quarter. I got 7 and a quarter, and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, just over the solar tank. 700 on my, hey, fine, here's the. Looks like we have a week. And let's see here, guys. I gotta get 500. Get $5 on that month. How about $500? Well, you said you give it a quarter. That was stretch here. How about I got 3 and a half over in your hand, 3 and a quarter in your hand, 50. How about 450, 4 and a quarter, 450, 50, and 50 here in my solar, half 75. Come on, guys, don't do like we're doing, sorry. 475. How about 475? Gotta go 75. Sorry. 450, number 60 is higher, right? We got on number 30. We got to 99, if I show you the 23. For the higher manage to the number, they will get back to 3. Quarter high, 74. No, I got 3.5 here. I get 274. Up 4, down 4, 4 and a quarter half. And then on side at 4 and a quarter. 450, 450, 450, 450, and 975. And 5. How much 500? We're going to go 500 down do 5, this seven. How about 5? We're going to go 5 down, quarter, now 550, and the 50, 550, and that's 75, that's 6. 6. Are you there? 6? Okay, this is good. Don't count because you get confused. 6, not quarter, half. 6 and a half. 675, no 7. 7, 6, 75, 7. How about 7? Here we go 7 here in the quarter here. He's in that 7. 7 and a quarter, so the 10. 700, number 4. Number 4 is higher. Here's 31, 25. Here. That's 419. Guess what? Here. How about 9 bucks? How about 5? Is that how much? 9, 9.5. I get 9. I get 10, 10 and a half. How about a 50, 50, down to 50, 75, how do you do that? I got a quarter, now a half. I got 11 quarter here, 11 and a half. 175, not 12. How about 12, 1200, now a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. How about 1215, they go 50, 50, right here now, 75. How about 75? 475, you said yes. 1275, 13, outside of 1275, back there, you said. And 13, 9 quarter, and the quarter, 13 here, 13 and a quarter here, so that's 1300 number, sure. Here we go with number 32, here's another 5, here. And then again, guess what? 700, I get 350. This is what how about 350, 50, and I saw the time. 325, 60 is higher, right? Here we got number 33. Hey, all right, it's on. To the right, hey, in the future. Hey, this one, 800. I got 5, 5, 5, 6. I got 6, 7, 8, 8, 6. I'm about to get here to be 8, 9,000, 11, 12. How about 12 here, 12 down here, 11 over here? I need 12. Give me half. A half, okay, fine. Now 75, 12. I got 11, 75. I said, yeah, 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. 12, 75, 13. I got 13 and a half, 14, 14 and a half. 14 and a half, then 15, what do you got? And 15, now 15, 50, 16, how about 16, now 16 and a half, 17, 17 and a half, then 18, 18 and a half, then 19 and a half, and 2 grand, you're gonna get 2, minus 19 and a half there. How about 2, you're gonna get 2 grand, everybody else? How about 2,000 in my solar tank? For 1950, 44. He's gonna come on. 34, 120, 16 miles to do. For about a minute, we kind of met with the, bit of a collision here. I have 675, take seven. I'm gonna go 707, and a quarter. I have 740 and a half. I got a handle 75, I'm gonna go 75, 775. How about 75, 75, 75? Now read, now quarter, now half, now 875. 875, now quarter, now 75. And a hundred, now 75, now thousand. The thousand, now quarter, now half. And a hundred, thousand fifty, thousand 45 here, thousand 50 here, thousand 75. 75, not quarter, not half. 11 and a half, 11 and a quarter, standing up, 11 and 50, and 50, and 50, and 75, 12. How about 12, get it again. How about 12 over here, 12 and a quarter, and a half, 12 and a half. How about 50, what do we got? Come on now. I got 12 and a quarter, 12 and a 50, 50, and 50 here, and that's sort of 10. 12 and a quarter, that's number 4. Right, here's number 30. 9, Nissan. What do you say on that? We have 800. We want to see. We got 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half. How about 5 and a half you want in? How about 550, 50, 50, 550, 550, 550, and I silver that. 5 and a quarter, number 6 years. Here. Right, then, how about being $100, $400? We said 3, I'll take it, not 40. A quarter and a half, 78 4. How about 4? You gotta go 4? How about 400? Not quarter. Then a quarter, 50, 50, 75, I'm gonna go 475. How about 475? 475, $500, not quarter. I have 5 and 6, 5 and a quarter. How about 5 and a quarter? 5 and 25, right down here, down half. How about a half on line down 75? How about 75 here, now 6? How about 6? 75, 75, got 6, down 46 and 46 and a half. How about a half? 26 and a quarter. How about 650, 50, 650, 650, and I. So okay. Front row, 625, 25, 200, number 600. I didn't see your button. There we go. Thank you very much. Now I didn't see it. All right, here's number 37. Here we go. Escalade. ESG model. We have kind of scratch here and scratch there. All right, for automatically, you don't know how much. 800? You said 6. 7. How about 7? Here, 6 to the hand. I got 7. Now, wait, 800, quarter, now half. And 75, there goes 75, 75. Now, wait, 800, not quarter. At a hand, 75, 9, I've been gone, no 9. How about 9? He's 875 outside. Give me 9, not quarter. 9 and a quarter, I got 9 outside. Quarter here and a half. Now 75. How about 75? I'm gonna go 75, 975. I can have over here. How about 975? 975. On the solar time. That might have a 50 number 4. Number 38 on 4. We're gonna do that. Put a automatic here. On the BMW. How about 400? Before. Now 4. Now 4. Now a quarter, you get 4. 4 and a quarter, 4 and a half. 475. And 5. And a quarter, 1 and a half. 75. And a 6 and a quarter, 1 and a half. 75. 7 half. 8 half. 9 and a half. And 1,000. And 1,000. And you're 9 and a half. Sitting down right there. Okay, that's it. 9 and a half. I need 1,000. 1,000 to go. 1,000 to go. And I sold it here. You got it. At 950, 950, 85, 85, 39, 14, do some simple dark. Here. Okay, fine, that's a kick cut here. Okay, fine, hey, give me, he said 3 and a half, take 4. How about 4? 75, 4, and the 4, no higher. How about 175, 500, no higher. A quarter time, then 75, 6 and a half, and 7. How about 7? So, give me 7. 675, 7 and a half. I got a half. Now 8. I'm at 8, 7, I'm over here, I'm sorry, 875, now 8, I'm 40. I'm at the quarter here, quarter, no hands, and you 75. 875, 8.5, 875, no 9, 900, no quarter. And that quarter, no 25, 9's over here. I'm at 9 quarter, no quarter, here, quarter, no hands, and you 75. I'm at 75, come on, now, let's go. I'm at 975, here's 75. I'm at 975, and I sold it, I'm saying. At 9:50, number 4, Meyer, number 40, here comes another two, number cards. Therefore, on the left, to the wrong, when you say that I stop in the car. I'm gonna tell them to go, 5, 3, 4. How about 4? How about 4 here? 8, that's better than half. 8.5, 800, 850. 850 here, give me 4, 825, 825, 825, and that's sort of that. 800, number 10, 10 is longer. 99, James and James. All right, so that's it. Number 1,000 over here. We have the picture. 3, 2, 2 and a quarter. How about 2 and a quarter and a quarter and a half, 3, 4, 4 and a half, and a 5. I can send it 5, that'll work, no 5. How about 5, 4, 75, 5, I can do it now 5. How about 5, and we sold it then. 475, number 6 is, well, there, here's number 11, machine, see. And you got there, see, secrets, I'll just take that, eh? 4 I got here, I got 6, 7. I got 7, you're gonna go 7, 7 here, 1, 6, 7, you're gonna have. I got a quarter, now half, that's 75. I'm at 675, that's 7, 7, not quarter. On site it's 7, need a quarter. A quarter, are you ready? 7 a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, down here, 9, 1, 2, 7, 700, number 4, 700, number 4, 34, 35. There's a 25, hey, I gotta see the guys. All right, 400 out of that, 50%, right? Say what you want that. No, $5, that price. 5, no, 5, 2, give it a go to half, 75. 6, now half, and a half, 7. How about 7, you're gonna go 7 and a half, 50 quarter, now half. How about a half, 75, 8, no half. And a half, and 9, you're gonna go 9, here's 8 and a half, and 9, 9, no half, and a 1,000. And 1,000, no half, and 11. I got 11, I got 10 and a half on site, 11, no half, and a half. See, no problem. No problem. I got 11 and a half, yes, sir, no problem. 1175, no problem, no problem. How about 12 and a quarter, and a quarter here, need a half over here, no 75. How about 12, 75, here goes 75, now 13, 13 and a quarter, what do you say? And a quarter, 13 and a quarter, and a half, that's 75. How about 75, here goes 75. How about 70, you got 75? 14, that work? 14. Of course, no half, no 75. How about 75? I gotta go 1475. How about 1475? 15, thank you. Now, I got 15 in sight, 1558. How about 1550 now? 16, okay, 16, 50, 16. How about 1650? I'm gonna go 50, 50, no 17, no half. How about a half? Come on, let people figure a bit. Let's just bid like real men, okay? 17 and a half. 1750 and I sold it then. 1700 before my 44, 99, Lincoln. Now I'm trying for the manuscript. Hey, guess what? Well, yeah, right? I'm a $500, $300. 3 and a quarter, 4 and a quarter. A quarter and a half. How about a half? I got a half, 75 cents. I know 75. I got 5. I got 4, 5 and a half. I got a half, I got 75. I get 75. I got 6. How about 600? Gonna be 600. Give me 6. How about 600? 600, 600, and then let's see what that. 75 minus 6. Liar, here's 4. I will form out. Alright, how about we would go over here to Mustang and a half? I got over 250 here, 75 by 3 and a quarter and a half, and 75 and a 5. You got 5? 5, no quarter, no half. I got a half, and now 75 and 6. How about 6? $600. How about 6? Yes, sir. And 600, you're gonna be 600, 601, in a quarter, I get six, six and a quarter, I get you a six and a quarter, you're my silver cent. $600 number feet to buy a legal terms and optional. Here's number 46. And here, see, all right, quarter out of 100, they give us number. Hours to go, time to go, we gotta go time to what's in that one. I got five, six, seven, eight. No, but half that. How about 7.5, quarter, half, 75. Eight, now a quarter, how about 8.25? Each today, 8.25, 8.25, 8.5, 8.75, right here, 8.9. How about 9 on site, 8.75, 8.9. Give me 9, 8.75 here, 8.9. How about 9, no, so 8.75 on line. Here we got number 47, 2012. Right, for the match, for the right run, they get it. I'm gonna go find it up there. He said, here you bring the quarter. How about 3.25? Not 3.5. Okay, fine. Now 4. How about 4? You're gonna go 3.75. How about 3.75? 75. Silver tank. 3.50. Here's 48 cars. We're gonna have a match. They're gonna run here. 800. This is home. I got 4.5. I got 450, 50, gonna go 50, 50, 450, 75, not $500, not five. How about five, not quarter, five and a quarter, five and a half. How about 5.5, 75, not 600. How about 600, 600, not nine, not quarter, not a quarter. I'm right here at 6 and a quarter, 6.5, 6.5, 675. How about 675, 7? I got 7 and a quarter. How about 7 and a quarter and a quarter? I got 2 and 7 and a quarter, 7.5. 7, maybe 750. And a 50, and a 50, and a 50, and a silver tank for 7.25. Right here in the front door. By 67, 67, yes. Right, 4.5 minutes. How much here? Probably not much. Big deal. How about $500? 5. 475, 5, not quarters. How about pound by quarter? See, I put it, not much, quarter and a half, 75. How about 575? How about 575, 75, and the silver tank at 550, what about number 65? 14. All right, let's go on. Check the side down here, for 1 minute, figure it out, 8, 9. How about 9, we're gonna have, now 9, 9.5, and we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 14.5, so here's no, 14.5, 15, 15.5, I gotta have 16. How about 16? Money's over here, 15.5, 16.5, I gotta have 17.5. 18, 19, on site, how about now two, 2 grand, how about another one, 21, now 3 and a half, what a half, 23 and a half, I got that half, 4, online here, 24, a half, a 5, and a half, how about 25 and a half, 6 and a half, how about a half, 26 and a 50, 27, and 50. 50, 50, you gotta go 50, what do you say, now, 80, 50, how about 20, 50, 9, how about 29, you gotta go 920, 99, and a half, 3 grand, 31, how about 31, turn around 40, now, 31, how about 31, the denomination of 87, that's 3 grand online, 3 grand online, okay, here, 51, 51, I want to lose my lifetime, what's it? $4 automatic, straight to the, I tell you what, 80 bucks on the key charge, here we go. Now you get everybody 100. How much they got bucks, 400 bucks, you said 5, 5.5. How about that? That's 6. How about 6? How about 6? 6.5, that's 7.5, and a half, and 8. How about 8? 800, now 7.5 over here, 88, 75, that'll work, now 8. How about 8 1/4? Outside of 8 1/4, 8.5. Now we're 75. 8.75. 8.5 over here. 8.75. 8.75 right here. I need 9 1/4, and a half, and 75, and 1,000, and 1,000, and 1,000 right there to back, and a quarter, and a half, and 75. I got 75, down 75, 1.5, 75, 1100, and now a quarter, down a hand, 11.50, 75, and 12, and now a quarter, 12 and a quarter, now 12 over here. How about 12 and a quarter? Are you ready? He's not ready. I got 12 over here, 12 and a quarter here, 12.50, and 75, I'm gonna go 75, plus 75, and 15 here, and now a quarter, return, right in the quarter. And now I have 1350, and 1375, I'm gonna go 75, he likes to cover. 75, 14, he still likes to cover, 14, and a quarter, now I have, 75, about 75, I'm gonna go 75, now 15, 15, how about 15, he doesn't like to cover now. How about 15, you're gonna go 15, right here, now I have, now 16, how about 16, 16, now I have, 16 and a half, and 17. How about 17? You gotta go 17. You gotta go 17. How about 17? 17, and I'm gonna start row. 16, 50 in the back row. 80 on the Myers. That's a Chevy Trailblazer. 8 Okay, guys, here's the next one. 50. It was titled for a lot of minutes, get it wrong, they guess what, it was wrong. Hey, did it give me about 900? How about 900 bucks? 4.5. I got a hundred, no problem. And a half, and 6, and a half, and 7, and a half, and 8, and a half, and 9. How about 9? 8.5 here, 9. Gotta go 9? And now 9.5, now 1,000, and 1,000. I got 9.5 here, 8,000. How about time to go? 975, I'm gonna go 75, 75, I got my sword. At 950, 950, so much number 153. Okay. The window's over here. Okay. Come on, man. Here's number 53. All right, 4. Hey, straight around here. Hey, you're putting it at 800. How about these bucks? 400 bucks there. You're gonna go for it. 275, 3, and I sold it. 275, 61. We're at 54. Oh, 6. Okay, right? We're going out of minutes. We're around. 3 grand. It's too much. I got 300, 400. I got 3, 4, 4.5 under 5. I gotta go 5, 5, go 3.5. 1/4, 5.5. 15, that's 75, that's 600. How about 6, return, how about 6, over here, 575, 6. How about 6, over here, in the quarter, now half, 6.5, 75, and 7, down the quarter, down the quarter, now half, 7.5, 75, now 8, 800, now quarter, 825, right here, at a half, now 875. 875, now 9, 9 and a quarter, now 25, minus 9 here. How about 9 1/4, 925, and 925, and we have solar tanks, 900, $1 for a month. Each one right here. Okay. Right, if you're gonna make a transfer, how about we have about 5 2, 2, and a half. I got 100, 4.5, quarter, and a half. 4.5, 4 quarters on mine. 4.5 there, 475. 475 on the back end of 5. How about 5? I got 475 on the 5, 500. How about 5 over here? Now 5 1/4, now 5.5. 5.5, 575, 575. 575, we're gonna go 75, 575, now 6. 6, now 4. How about quarter? 6 1/4. Money's over here at 6. How about 6 1/4 and a quarter down here, quarter and a half, 6.5, 75. How about 675? We're gonna go 75. Your turn, 75, 7. How about 7 and a quarter? How about 7 and a quarter? How about 7 and a quarter and a quarter and a quarter down here? We're going to sell it. Quarter, half. I got 7 and a quarter, 7.5, 75. Now 8, 8, 8. Now quarter. And a quarter, 8 right here, quarter and a half. How about a half? 850, now 875. 875, 8.5, 875. Are you ready? Say yes or no? I can't tell what you're doing. 875, you ready? No? So, right there. 850, 850, okay? There's what you're so, okay, can I get a line for me, please? One second. Here we got number 56. Here's it. All right, for the message, we write it down. They're gonna get 800, 800 dollars. I got three, you bring it a quarter. How about three, get a quarter, in the quarter, here you bring it a quarter, no hand, here you send it on the 4. High 4, and a quarter, and a hand, 75, no 5. I got 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half. How about 5 and a half? Money's 5 and a quarter in line, 5 and a half, 75. How about 75? 5 and a half, 5, 75. How about 75? We're gonna go 75, and we have silver time over here for 550, 5. What's your number, Jonathan? Let me see if I usually get mine from there. We have for expedition number. Books and teacher. I gotta get 800. They get a buck, so it's 3. I got 5, 5.5, 5.5 cents. How about 6? I got 5.5. I need 6. How about 6? Now half. 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half. How about 650? Scraps on rice. How about 650? 6 and a quarter is on site. How about 650? 650. Are you ready? A half. 75. 75. 6 and a half away in the back. How about 675? We're gonna go 75 here. We sort way in the back. For $650. Now, 70 tomorrow. 0. 58, guys. Okay, here we go with 17, Chevy Cruise. All right, 400 medical, pump it on over here. I'm gonna give you 800, you said forward, half. I gotta have the quarter, half, 75, 6. How about 600? I'm gonna go 600 number. How about 6? What do you say, my quarter? How about 6 and a quarter, 625, 600 here, 6 and a quarter. How about 6 and a quarter, right over here in the half? Man, you want a half? 6 and a half? Another 675? I do 75, 7, 7, 6, 75, 7 and a quarter. Now half, 1/2, 75. And 8 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, 8 and a half, 8 and a quarter is right here. 8 and a half on line, 875, 875, 9. How about 9 here, 900, 9, not quarter, 925, a half. How about 950, 925 over here. How about 9, get a half, not 75, not 1,000, and 1,000, no, 1,000, not quarter, not quarter, not half. How about a half, 1,050, 1,055 here, get a half, not 75. How about 75? We're gonna go 75, 10 and a half, 75 on the site, and then 11. How about 11? Not quarter, 11.25, 11 here, 11 a quarter. How about 11 a quarter, now half. How about a half, 11.50, now 75, 11.75, 11.75, not 12, 1,200 another. How about 12 another? Give me 12, and you're up. How about 12? We're gonna get 12, not quarter, share and a half. How about 12.15? We're gonna go 50, 50, 12 quarters right here. How about 12.15? You're up. Come on, guys. My beer's getting hot. 12 and a half, 75, 13, 13, 12, 75. I got 13, and 40 and a half, 13 and a half. My beer's getting really hot now. Now 75, 30, 75, and 14, and 14, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, 14 and a half, 14 and a half. That's good like old ladies. What's going on? 14 and a half, 14.75. How about 75? You're gonna go 75? You're gonna go 75, now 15? 15? Oh, come on. 15 online, now a half. Now a half. I got 15 online. I know 1,550, 1,550, now 16. I got a half first, 16. How about 16? You guys are talking, that's where you're missing out. 16, not half. I got 16, 16 and a half. 16 and a half. 16 and a half, silver. Online for 1600. That was what the company the video, right? People have they I got 30, what's that? 2 and a half. I got this over 50, no? So, that's 225, so they're gone, take the 12, number 65. There's a whole 7. No, so, 8, 3, tomorrow, right? How about times to go, 5 to go, how about 5 to go, 5, 6. How about 6, 7, I got 5 already, I need 6, no 7. How about 7, pay the bean, that's the phone. How about 7, there go 7, now we, $100 now we. How about half, 7 and a half, I got 7 right here. I got a half, now we, 8 now half, 8 and a half, 8's good, 8 and a half. Now quarter, now half, 75, now 9, now quarter. And a quarter, now half, now 50, now 75, now half, and a half, and 11, and a half, and a quarter, and a half, and 13. 13, and a half, 14, and a half, 15, 15, 15, we have a 13, and a half, and 16, about 16, and a half, and 17, about 17, and a half, 17 and a half, 18, about 18, 18 and a half, 19, we have a 19, about 19, we have a 19, and a half, and number 2 rent. Number 2, now, only 50, I got 2,000 right here. About 2,000, 50, and that's 50, and that's 50, allowed, sold online for 2,000 e-line, right? Then we got number 61. Right, that's, to the 400, we give you 1,000. Number comes to go, 5,000, really left. How about later, we're going to go to the count to the video, we got, 75, now that. How about 11, 10, 75, 11. How about 11, hold it, how about 11, hold it, 11's over here, 11 quarter, nine, first, half, and half, and a half. I get over 113, 13, and 113, 51, and 14, now 114, 50, you're up. How about 14, look at me, that's the point. 14 and a half. I got 14, 1450, 50, and I sold in the door. At 1400, 1400, 50, well, it's over here, 62, here's an old Mercedes. And, the line, they get about 2 grand here. How much here, we're gonna get 2 grand for, here, give me 5,000. How about 5,000? 5, 6, 7. I get 7, 8, 9. How about 9 here, $900, he's in there, he get me 9, how about 9, now 9, and 9, now high. How about 100 here, 50, 50, 40 here, now high. And 100 here, now 75, we gotta go 75, now 75, and $1,000 now high. And 100 here, 50, 50, 1100, 1150. And the 50, I got 11 here, 1150, and the 100 here, 12. How about 12, 100, 100? How about 100, there, now 13, it'll be 13. And how about 13, 50, now 14, 14. And 15, gonna go 50, 50, 14, 50 down, 15 here, now, and a half, minus 15. How about 1500, 50, 1500, 50, and we have half, 16, 16, almost at a half, 16 and a half. I got 16, 8.5, yeah, come on, how old did he get? 16, 15, you gotta go 50, get like a real man. 1600, that's not a real man. 16 and a half, 17, and a half, how about a half, I got 17, 17 and a half. How about 15, you gotta go 50, 50, so now over here, 1700, number 3 divided, number 3 divided, that's, and you know the drill, so you do this, right, okay? Let's see here, yeah. If there's any girls tonight, guys, get your clothes out of here if you can. If not, you come in between 8 and 12 noon tomorrow. All my people come in between 8 and 12 noon as well. Don't forget, next week tonight, we're gonna do this all over again. So come see us, we're gonna have some good colors next week, because we have, several long names, okay? Thank you very much.
No, I'm out of here. I got 2 cars.
I'm sorry, you want to?
Give me 1 second.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, so for the Chevrolet Trailblazer, total is going to be 12 or 1,223.25. And the other one is going to be 711.
What do you want, 55?
It's rate 34 with 25 cents.
$300 up on that.
Yeah, so it is the $10, the 10% city fee, and then we do have an 8% platform fee that we announce at the beginning of every auction. And there is also
Hey, I want 950 to 1250.
That was like 3
Yeah.
Bro, I think 6.
Right.
Highway robbery.
Yeah, they went up $200 on the car. Now I wouldn't have still. Now I wouldn't have still. I don't know. I paid for the price of that motherfucker. I could have bought that off the street. I 2, 3 motors. Shit.
What did you buy?
Blazer, that BMW. Red Blazer. No. Green BMW. I don't think we ordered it though.
Or BMW?
Huh?
Sign at the bottom.
Yeah, you can rob me, Miss Lady. Here you go.
You know you very well for real estate.
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
her
you did,
fault.
and it says on the
Oh,
paper.
hey, look, that's why I crank. I like to miss that sometimes. I ain't gonna even lie. He said 950 sounded excellent to me. I wish I could have backed out on it.
Okay, one more signature. Well, 2 more. 3.
Then you warn them.
I gave him pink
We
slip.
warn y'all. Don't play with me. We warn you.
No, that's yelling in that speaker. You ain't breathing and shit. Nobody know what he said. Oh, you love that shit. That shit don't count. You got $400.